I couldn't believe it when my parents canceled my birthday party just because my spoiled sister wanted it instead. Anger surged through me as I recalled all the times they had shown blatant favoritism towards her. This wasn't the first time they had overlooked me, but it would definitely be the last. What I did next turned our family dynamics upside down. Upon hearing the news, I stormed out of the house, walking the streets aimlessly. My mind raced as I tried to make sense of my parents' unfair decision. With each step, my anger grew stronger, and I knew I needed to do something to change this pattern. I couldn't just stand by and let them walk all over me again. As I wandered, my best friend Sarah noticed my distress and rushed over. "Hey, what's wrong?" she asked, concern evident in her voice. I took a deep breath, trying to calm down enough to explain. Sarah had always been my rock, and I knew she would understand. I looked at her, the words finally tumbling out as I began to vent. I vented to her about my spoiled sister and my parents' unfair decisions. Every word I spoke felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Sarah listened intently, nodding sympathetically as I detailed the countless times they had put my sister first. "It's just not fair," I said, my voice shaking with frustration. Sarah's eyes narrowed in thought, and she nodded. She suggested throwing my own party, making me wonder how I could turn the tables on my parents. "Why should she get to ruin your day?" Sarah said passionately. The idea of planning my own celebration began to take shape in my mind. It was rebellious, bold, and just what I needed. "You're right," I said, feeling a spark of hope. I pondered over different ways to make a statement and headed back home with a plan forming in my mind. Passing through familiar streets, my thoughts raced with ideas about how to execute my own party. I envisioned everything, from the guests to the decorations. By the time I reached home, I felt more determined than ever to make this happen. I began secretly reaching out to friends and family members, inviting them to my clandestine birthday party. Each call and message carried a sense of rebellion, making my heart race with excitement. The responses were overwhelmingly positive, and I felt a surge of confidence. I carefully instructed everyone to keep it a secret, ensuring my parents and sister would remain oblivious. Using social media and phone calls, I outlined the details with a sense of rebellion. The thrill of planning something behind my parents' backs added fuel to my determination. I coordinated times, locations, and even party favors, making sure every detail was perfect. The support and enthusiasm from my friends and family encouraged me, making me feel more empowered than ever. My parents and sister remained oblivious to my activities. Every day I went about my usual routines, masking my excitement with an air of normalcy. Meals were shared and conversations flowed, but little did they know I had something big planned. Their obliviousness fueled my motivation, strengthening my resolve to go through with my secret celebration. Late night preparations. Late at night, I discreetly gathered supplies for the party. Sneaking through the house, I collected decorations, snacks, and other necessities for my special day. Each item I tucked away felt like a small victory. The quiet of the night amplified my anticipation, and I couldn't help but smile at the thought of my plan coming to life. The excitement was palpable. Decorations, food, and the perfect cake. Nothing is left out. Over the next few nights, I made frequent trips to the store, carefully selecting each item that would make my party stand out. I even managed to find a cake that matched the theme I had in mind. It was exhilarating to think of the fun we'd have, even if it meant going behind my parents' backs. The thrill of the preparation makes me feel empowered. Every decoration I hung and every food item I placed in my stash felt like a silent protest against years of favoritism. Knowing that I was orchestrating this event all on my own filled me with a sense of accomplishment and rebellion. This was my way of taking control of my special day and making it unforgettable. The day of my sister's commandeered party arrives and tension fills the house. My parents are bustling around, getting everything ready for her celebration, blissfully unaware of my secret plans. I keep to myself, trying to stay calm while feeling a mix of nerves and excitement. The air is thick with anticipation, and I know I need to keep my composure to pull this off. I play along, pretending to support her event while knowing everything is set for my own celebration. I plaster a smile on my face and help with last-minute preparations for her party. Inside, I'm buzzing with the knowledge that soon I'll be celebrating with my own friends. Keeping up this facade is more difficult than I thought, but I remain determined to go through with my plan. Guests begin to arrive for her party, filling the house with noise. Kids laugh and run around while adults chat away. I greet them politely, hiding my true feelings behind a mask of friendliness. Each new arrival raises my tension a notch higher, reminding me of the double life I'm leading today. The contrast between their joyous participation and my inner turmoil sharpens by the minute. My parents fawn over my sister, igniting the fire within me. They shower her with attention and praise, completely oblivious to how their actions make me feel. My blood boils as I watch them celebrate her day without a second thought for me. This scene only strengthens my resolve to make my own party unforgettable. Inside, I fiercely cling to the vision of my secret celebration. Every time someone greets her, I remind myself of the grand reveal I've planned. Just be patient, I think, as I count down the hours until my own party starts. Watching the interactions only fuels my anticipation for what's to come. I focus on the excitement of my friends, the music, the laughter that awaits me. Holding on to this vision helps me endure the charade in front of me. My patience is tested, but I stay focused. It's hard to maintain my composure with every compliment my sister receives. However, I keep reminding myself of the bigger picture, the secret celebration awaiting me and my friends. It's a challenge not to let my frustrations show, but I manage to keep my cool. Each passing minute brings me closer to the moment when I can finally break free. As the house buzzes with activity, I start sending signals to my friends about the real party location. I make sure to communicate discreetly so my parents and sister don't suspect a thing. A quick text here, a whispered word there, everything is orchestrated to keep the plans seamless. The excitement among my friends is palpable, and it adds to the thrill of executing this rebellious move. One by one, they begin to leave subtly, not arousing suspicion. Each friend leaves the house quietly, heading toward the secret venue, while making sure not to draw any attention. The process is smooth, with everyone understanding the importance of discretion. My heart pounds as I watch them slip away, confident that they'll arrive safely at the alternate location. The plan is in motion, and there's no turning back now. By mid-afternoon, my sister's party is thinning out, the guests migrating to my secret venue. The transition is almost imperceptible at first, as small groups quietly slip away. They leave without drawing attention, ensuring my plan remains undisturbed. Each departure lightens the atmosphere at home, adding a layer of anticipation for what's to come. It's surprisingly easy, watching her party gradually empty without any suspicion arising. This smooth execution fuels my excitement. My anxiety peaks as I juggle keeping up appearances and managing the other event. Every glance from my parents makes my heart race, fearful that they might catch on. I dart between helping set up and sending quick texts to my friends at the secret venue. Keeping both balls in the air is nerve-wracking, but the thrill of pulling this off spurs me onward. Balancing this double life is intense, but I remain determined. The contrast between my sister's dwindling party and my flourishing one sharpens. As people leave my sister's celebration, the vibrancy that once filled the room starts to dim. Meanwhile, updates and photos from my secret party show it's a hit. Laughter and smiles flood my phone screen, highlighting the success of my rebellion. The differences are glaring, reminding me why I initiated this plan in the first place. Satisfaction brews within, adding to my anticipation. An overwhelming sense of justice feeds my anticipation. Watching my sister's party lose its luster while my event flourishes feels like vindication. Years of favoritism melt away with each photo of my friends having a blast. It's not just about the party, it's about taking a stand against years of being sidelined. Every laugh, every joyful moment shared at my venue fortifies my resolve. As her party grows dull, my excitement for the grand reveal grows. I finally take a moment to sneak off and join my real birthday party. I slip out of my house with my heartbeat thudding in my ears. The closer I get to my secret venue, the lighter I feel. Approaching the door, I hear the sounds of lively music and laughter, an affirmation that my efforts paid off. Pushing the door open, I envision the scene inside, ready to immerse myself in the celebration. My heart races with excitement and relief upon seeing the turnout. The room is packed with familiar faces, all here to celebrate me. The decorations are perfect, just as I had envisioned during those late-night preparations. Everyone greets me warmly, their smiles resonating with my sense of triumph. Relief floods through me as I realize everything has gone off without a hitch. This moment, shared with my closest friends, feels profoundly special and liberating. Everyone is having a great time, and the decorations look perfect, just as I envisioned. The room buzzes with lively chatter, bursts of laughter, and the energy of a well-executed plan. Colorful streamers drape elegantly across the ceiling, and a beautifully decorated cake sits at the center. Each corner of the room speaks to my effort and vision, filled with joy and fun. Seeing my friends enjoying themselves fills me with a sense of accomplishment. We laugh, dance, and share heartfelt moments that I had longed for on my special day. The music pumps through the speakers, and soon everyone is on their feet, dancing with abandon. Friends come up to me, sharing stories and jokes that keep the spirit lively. This is what I had dreamed of, a celebration filled with genuine connection and joy. Each laugh and smile shared makes the day unforgettable, solidifying this as the best birthday ever. Knowing my parents and sister are still unaware makes the experience even more gratifying. Every time my phone buzzes, I imagine them back home, clueless about the real party. This secret layer adds another level of excitement to the day. As I soak in the laughter and joy around me, my mind flickers back to the tight control my parents wielded. Now, surrounded by my friends, I feel a powerful sense of freedom. Sarah gives a toast, praising my initiative, and the crowd cheers. She raises her glass high, her voice carrying warmth and admiration. To our fearless friend, who turned a frustrating situation into an unforgettable celebration. The room erupts into applause, their cheers filling the air with a sense of camaraderie. I smile, feeling appreciated and understood in a way I hadn't before. This toast, this moment, feels like a victory, cementing the success of my bold move. Throughout the day, I get curious inquiries from my parents about the missing guests. "Where did everyone go?" my mom asks, glancing around the house. My dad seems puzzled too, making offhand comments about the unusually quiet atmosphere. I can feel their suspicion growing, and it takes all my willpower to keep from smiling. Little do they know, the mystery of the missing guests is part of my master plan. I feign ignorance and suggest they must have had prior engagements. "Maybe they had to leave early," I say, pretending to be just as confused. My mom sighs, accepting my explanation, but still looking disappointed. I keep my face neutral, trying hard not to give anything away. Inside, I am thrilled that my plan is working so well. Every puzzled look from my parents fuels my excitement even more. My sister grows frustrated and disappointed, further adding to my vindication. She pouts and whines, "Why is everyone leaving early?" It's not fair. Her exaggerated complaints only serve to highlight her spoiled nature. I can see my parents trying to console her, but it doesn't seem to work. This newfound sense of authority over my own celebration feels incredibly satisfying. I can't help but feel a tiny bit triumphant. Sensing their discomfort, I feel a mixture of satisfaction and guilt. It's hard not to feel accomplished seeing my plan unfold, but a knot of guilt tightens in my stomach. This isn't just about the party, it's about years of feeling overlooked. I remind myself that sometimes it's necessary to stand up for what's right, even if it disturbs the peace. This internal conflict makes the day even more emotionally charged. I start to reconsider my plan to reveal my party. Maybe, just maybe, letting them find out slowly would serve a better lesson. As I observe their growing frustration, doubts creep into my mind. Would revealing everything ruin the point I'm trying to make? The thrill of rebellion is sweet, but should I risk damaging family ties forever? These questions swirl in my head, adding layers to my already complicated day. Despite these feelings, I stay committed to the cause that drove me to plan this in the first place. I remember the countless birthdays overshadowed by my sister and the energy it took to mask my disappointment. This isn't just about a party, it's a stand against years of favoritism. I take a deep breath and push forward, deciding to confront whatever consequences come my way. I know this is the right move. As the afternoon winds down, signs of my secret activities begin to show. Missing items and out-of-place decorations start to catch my parents' attention. "Didn't we have more streamers?" my dad wonders aloud. My mom notices food items are vanishing. Nervous energy fills the air as they start connecting the dots. It's only a matter of time before they uncover my hidden celebration. My heart races, anticipating their inevitable discovery. Items are misplaced, and whispers from family members grow louder. Even my cousins start to look puzzled. "Where's the second cake?" someone asks. My aunt searches for the missing balloons. Her eyebrows furrowed. Whispers and curious glances spread through the room like wildfire. Everyone senses that something isn't right. The tension thickens as small clues add up, inching my parents closer to uncovering my secret party. The suspense is almost unbearable. My parents start to piece together the mystery, but haven't yet confronted me. I see the realization dawning in their eyes. They exchange suspicious glances and murmurs, seemingly inching closer to the truth. But instead of saying anything directly to me, they observe quietly, trying to gather more clues. Each passing minute brings me closer to the moment of truth. The tension is electric as I brace myself for what comes next. Nervous about their impending reaction, I decide to extend the fun while I can. I send out quick messages, urging my friends to make the most of our time. The photos start flooding in, showing everyone having a blast at my secret venue. It's all I can do to keep up appearances at home. As my sister's party dwindles, I take comfort in knowing my real celebration is still going strong. Friends begin sharing snapshots of my special day on social media. Pictures of the day. Each notification sends a thrill through me, knowing my parents are still in the dark. My friends' posts are filled with joy, completely contrasting the tension at home. Seeing these snapshots makes the effort worth it, fueling my anticipation for the inevitable reveal. My parents' discovery is only a matter of time, increasing the suspense. Every moment without confrontation feels borrowed. They've noticed a few things amiss, and I can see the wheels turning in their minds. The more time passes, the more I sense their suspicion growing. It's a waiting game now, and each minute feels agonizingly slow. Despite the anxiety, I know there's no stopping this train now. The first confrontation. The first confrontation happens when my mother notices a distinct decoration missing from my sister's party, yet visible in a photo online. "Hey, wasn't that banner part of our decorations?" she asked my dad, holding her phone up. They both scrutinize the picture, confusion evident in their eyes. My stomach churns as I realize the jig is up. There's no more hiding. The moment of truth has arrived. She questions me, her tone stern and suspicious. "Why is this banner at your friend's party?" she demands, pointing to the incriminating photo. I swallow hard, trying to keep my cool. "I must have taken it by mistake," I say, but her eyes narrow, clearly unconvinced. I can feel my heart pounding in my chest as I prepare for the fallout. The room feels charged with unspoken tension. I come clean about my party but deny any wrongdoing, emphasizing their favoritism. "Look, I just wanted to have a birthday party too." "You always choose her over me," I confess, my voice trembling yet firm. "This isn't just about today. It's about how you constantly overlook me." My parents exchange unsettled glances, absorbing the weight of my words. It's a relief to finally voice my feelings. My father's reaction is surprisingly muted, possibly because he's mindful of appearing impartial. He takes a deep breath, clearly trying to process everything. "We didn't mean to make you feel that way," he says, his voice calm but strained. His attempt to stay neutral only irritates me further. Yet I can see a flicker of recognition in his eyes, a tiny crack in his stony exterior. Confrontations escalate as my sister throws a tantrum upon learning the truth. "This was supposed to be my day," she screams, stomping her feet in frustration. Her amplified outrage only fuels the fire between us. My parents try to calm her down, but it's no use. "You ruin everything," she shouts, glaring at me like I've committed an unforgivable crime. The room is a hurricane of emotions. My parents struggle to regain control of the situation. "Everyone, just calm down," my dad pleads, his voice wavering. My mom looks from me to my sister, her face conflicted. They realize they're losing grip on the carefully curated narrative they've maintained for years. "This isn't helping anyone," my mom tries to reason, but her words fall flat. The atmosphere is thick with unresolved tension and hurt feelings. As tensions rise, extended family members dish out their opinions, dividing over the issue. Some take my side, understanding my frustration and need for fairness. "She has a point, you know," my aunt murmurs in agreement. Others chastise me for causing a scene. "This was not the way to handle it," an uncle argues, shaking his head disapprovingly. The room turns into a battleground of conflicting loyalties and heated discussions. Some support my stand against favoritism, while others chastise me for causing a scene. One cousin huffs. "But honestly, I get why you did it," another whispers, squeezing my hand in solidarity. The mixed reactions swirl around me, each one adding a layer to my already jumbled emotions. I'm standing on a precipice, unsure of whether I've gone too far. My parents realize the extent of the damage their actions have caused to our family bonds. Their faces display a mixture of confusion and regret as they look around the room. Conversations die down to anxious murmurs as the weight of our fractured relationships becomes evident. My mom's eyes brim with tears, and my dad's shoulders sag under the burden of their revelations. The realizations hit us all hard, marking a significant turning point. My sister, still angry, refuses to see my side, intensifying the divide. She crosses her arms and glares at me, her eyes filled with resentment. "I don't care. This was supposed to be my day," she snaps, her voice cracking. My parents try to reason with her, but she remains immovable. Her stubbornness adds another layer of complexity to our already strained family dynamics, making reconciliation seem even more distant. Meanwhile, supportive relatives commend my bravery, providing emotional relief. "You did what you had to do," my aunt says, patting my shoulder reassuringly. Another cousin nods, his eyes filled with empathy. Their words act like a balm to my raw emotions, offering me a sliver of comfort amidst the chaos. "It took guts to stand up for yourself," someone else chimes in, and for a moment, I feel less alone in my struggle. I understand that the fight isn't over yet, but feel fortified by the backing. Their words bolster my resolve, reminding me that I'm not fighting this battle alone. As I look around, I see faces that support me and believe in my cause. This wave of solidarity energizes me, making me even more determined to see this through to the end. I know that confronting my parents is a necessary step to change. The climax approaches as my parents demand an explanation for my actions. "Why did you go behind our backs?" my dad demands, his voice strained. My mom stands beside him, her eyes pleading for an understanding. I swallow hard, knowing this is my moment to make them see years of injustice. The room goes silent, every family member waiting for what comes next. I brace myself, determined to finally be heard. I recount every instance of favoritism, holding nothing back. "You always chose her over me, for everything," I start, my voice growing steadier. Examples pour out: missed birthdays, ignored achievements, constant comparisons. My parents listen, their faces a mix of shock and guilt. As I talk, I see the realization dawn on them, their eyes widening with each revelation. The truth laid bare shakes them to their core, leaving no room for denial. Years of pent-up frustration spill out, leaving my parents visibly shaken by the reality check. "It's been happening for as long as I can remember," I continue, each word a release from years of emotional weight. My mom's eyes fill with tears, and she clutches a tissue, while my dad looks like he's been punched in the gut. The raw truth fills the room, leaving an uncomfortable silence as my words sink in. Reluctantly, my parents concede their missteps, wiping away tears of regret. My dad clears his throat, his voice subdued. "We didn't realize how much it affected you," he admits, looking down. My mom nods, dabbing at her eyes. "We're so sorry," she whispers, her voice breaking. They exchange a glance, understanding the gravity of their actions. This admission, though small, feels like a monumental step towards the acknowledgement I've yearned for. Apologies are exchanged, yet my sister remains unmoved, her anger palpable. She scoffs, rolling her eyes as my parents offer their heartfelt apologies. "Whatever, this doesn't change anything," she mutters, storming out of the room. While her reaction stings, I choose to focus on the progress made. My parents' tearful apologies validate my feelings, but I know much remains unresolved. It's a bittersweet moment that underscores the complexity of family dynamics. A pivotal family meeting is called, aimed at healing the wounds and creating fairness for the future. My parents gather everyone in the living room, their faces set with determination. "We need to talk, really talk," my dad begins, his voice steady but emotional. My mom nods in agreement, her eyes weary but hopeful. We all sit down, prepared to address the deep-seated issues that have plagued us for years. It's a crucial moment for our family. During the family meeting, an unexpected revelation shakes everyone. My dad clears his throat. "We need to tell you something." My mom looks down, tears forming in her eyes. I feel the tension mount as we all hold our breath. This is it, the moment that will change everything. The room is silent, hanging on my dad's next words. We wait, and what he says next shocks us all. My sister confesses that she never wanted to ruin my birthday. Our parents manipulated her for reasons she didn't understand. "Mom and Dad told me it was best for the family," she reveals, her voice shaking. "I didn't realize how much it would hurt you." Her admission fills the room with a heavy silence. My parents look stricken as the weight of their actions becomes clear to everyone. Understanding blooms and leads to heartfelt apologies. "I had no idea," I say, my voice softening. My sister wipes away tears, looking genuinely remorseful. Our parents, seeing the impact of their favoritism, apologize sincerely. "We were wrong. We're so sorry," they both say, voices trembling with regret. The tension begins to dissolve as we all share a moment of mutual understanding. Apologies are exchanged and hopes for a better future take root. The meeting ends on a hopeful note. Promises of change and renewed bonds are made. "We'll do better," my dad vows, his eyes meeting mine. My mom nods, wiping tears from her cheeks. "We owe you that much," she adds, her voice filled with resolve. We all agree to work towards fairer treatment and better communication. This newfound commitment brings a glimmer of hope, marking the beginning of a new chapter. My parents vow to rebuild their relationship with both of us. "We need to earn your trust back," my dad says firmly. My mom nods in agreement, adding, "It won't be easy, but we're committed." My sister and I exchange glances, both realizing that this is a turning point. We know it will take time, but the promise of a fairer, more loving family dynamic feels within reach. It finally feels like the beginning of a fairer, more loving family dynamic. I notice my parents making a conscious effort to include both my sister and me in decisions. My sister, though still wary, seems to appreciate the change. The atmosphere at home is lighter, filled with cautious optimism. These small steps are promising, indicating that we're truly trying to mend the fractured bonds and move forward together. The actions I took put a spotlight on their favoritism, forcing them to a moment of reckoning. "We never realized how much we were contributing to the problem," my mom admits one evening. This newfound awareness brings with it an understanding of what needs to change. Family dinners become more inclusive, and my parents actively seek our input. The shift, though gradual, is unmistakable and long overdue. With understanding and new commitments, our family dynamics slowly begin to change for the better. Weekly family meetings become a norm, where everyone's voice is heard. My parents show genuine interest in both my and my sister's lives, creating a more balanced environment. These changes, though small, signify a deeper shift towards fairness. The effort is evident, and it strengthens our resolve to keep moving forward. Moving forward, both my sister and I feel more valued and respected within the family. The changes aren't just superficial, they resonate deeply. We find ourselves laughing more, sharing more, and genuinely enjoying each other's company. The sense of competition fades, replaced by mutual support. This newfound balance brings a joy we hadn't experienced before, proving that fairness can indeed lead to stronger family bonds. Though it took a bold stand, the experience ultimately brought our family closer together. The struggles and confrontations paved the way for understanding and genuine change. I look around the dinner table and see a family more united than ever before. It wasn't easy getting here, but every challenge was worth it. The bonds we've rebuilt are stronger, and the love feels more genuine. At last, our family is truly a team.